Simon & Schuster Audio presents Falling by T.J. Newman. Read by Stephen Weber.
For my parents, Ken and Denise Newman. What hath God wrought? Numbers 23:23. When the shoe dropped into her lap, the foot was still in it. She flung it into the air with a shriek. The bloodied mass hung in weightless suspension before being sucked out of the massive hole in the side of the aircraft. On the floor next to her seat, a flight attendant crawled up the aisle screaming for the passengers to put their oxygen masks on. From the back of the airplane, Bill observed it all. The passenger with the shoe clearly couldn't hear what the young flight attendant was yelling. She probably hadn't heard a thing since the explosion. Thin lines of blood trickled out of both ears. The blast had thrown the flight attendant's body into the air and then back down, her head of curly brown hair hitting the floor with a thwack. She lay motionless for a second before the plane went into a steep nosedive. Sliding down the aisle, the flight attendant grabbed at the metal rungs beneath the passenger seats. Clutching onto one, her arms shook as she tried to pull herself up against the plane's downward pitch. As she flipped onto her side, her feet floated and dangled in the air. Debris flew all around the plane, paper and clothing, a laptop, a soda can, a baby's blanket. It was like the inside of a tornado. Bill followed her gaze down the plane and saw sky. Sunlight shone in on them from a wide opening that had been the overwing emergency exit not 30 seconds ago. The other flight attendant had just stopped there to collect trash. Bill had watched the older red-headed flight attendant smile, take the empty cup in her gloved hand, drop it in the plastic bag, and then in one explosive moment she was gone. The whole row was gone. The side of the aircraft was gone. Bill widened his stance as the plane yawed left to right, seemingly unable to keep a straight path. Of course, the rudder, he thought. The whole tail was probably damaged. A crack came from above the brunette flight attendant's head as several overhead bins burst.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?